Hello, everybody. We're gonna look at the Switch 2 trailers and stuff. But first, I just wanted to say, I know I'm like really early. But we're gonna look at the Twitch, the Twitch, wow. The Switch 2 stuff, because it kind of shadow dropped on everyone. And since I'm a VTuber who cherishes older games and I love game preservation, I'm a big game preservation person. Since that is the case, I'm going to try to look at the Switch 2 stuff, look at some of the details and stuff that were also released alongside it. I'm going to pause the trailer and stuff every now and then to really analyze what we're looking at, because I think despite the fact that, you know, I may not agree with some of the practices that Nintendo has as a company, I do think that their games are amazing. Like, Nintendo's games are why I love Nintendo so much, and that's why I'm going to be covering Nintendo stuff here today. I don't know if this stream will be unlisted or not, because I am pretty scared of Nintendo striking me down with their fist, but the fact that the Switch 2 was shadow dropped. This is a major, you know, game console, and we've been waiting for this for years. The Switch is almost 10 years old. Damn, I can't speak. But yeah, the Switch is almost 10 years old, guys. It's wow, that's just crazy. We've had the Switch for a while now. Well, almost 10 years old is a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, we've had the Switch for a very long time, and the Switch 2 is a long time in the coming. So, like, we needed this. We needed this more than Nintendo kind of realizes. So I'm going to talk about the Nintendo stuff, the Nintendo 2 Switch stuff, and then afterwards, going to boot up Microsoft Paint, and we're going to draw Nintendo characters very, very poorly. I hope you're looking forward to that. And to anyone who may be watching this video, or the VOD after, I guess, after this is live, I hope you enjoy watching me draw very, very bad Nintendo characters in Microsoft Paint. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love drawing in Microsoft Paint. It's amazing. Okay. Now with the explanations out of the way. Oh, actually I should put a disclaimer here first. If any corporate entity is going to be watching this at any point, or if you are watching it now, I am not doing this to steal revenue or make a mockery of you. I'm doing this because I wish to preserve games, and I wish to preserve game information as it is. I feel like not enough people pay attention to game preservation and stuff like that. With that out of the way, I am going to exercise my fair use rights and watch this Nintendo trailer, because I haven't watched it. Watch trailer. Pause really quick. I haven't seen any of the leaks because I wasn't really looking for them. But apparently, according to most places, like sources and stuff that I've seen, apparently this was 100% what was leaked. And that's I don't know how to feel about that. On one hand, It's like you wanna hope that the leaks are wrong, right? But on the other hand, finally, we're being drip fed content. We're being drip fed stuff. Oh my god. Finally something, you know? It's um I'll let it finish out before I share the rest of my thoughts. Okay. So it looks like we have Mario Kart 9. This is soft reveal for Mario Kart 9. So let's analyze things here. So this is Mario, obviously. From the looks of it, it looks very stylized, I will say. And it looks nice. Like, it looks better than Mario Kart 8. It doesn't look too much different though. Like, fidelity wise and stuff, it just kind of has the same kind of like, it's not a graphical leap is what I'm trying to say. But I guess in cases like this, it doesn't have to be. Let's continue here. There's a few characters there that were not in Mario Kart 8. Maybe Donkey Kong Jr., Pauline. My phone just, my notification just went off. Thank you, Monster Hunter Puzzles, for telling me that I have some more puzzles to do. Okay. Anyways, so looks like we have, at least from what we know so far, this course also looks very, very nice. Yoshi's Diner. I love Yoshi's Diner. I want to go to Yoshi's. So we have what I'm assuming is Pauline and Donkey Kong Jr. And I know you're maybe thinking, oh, but that's like the smallest view of that possible. How are you getting those two characters? I know, okay. I just know. Which is cool. I don't think we've seen Donkey Kong Jr. in a video game in a very long time. 2025. Okay, this is, I've heard about this. And, so the Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games and Nintendo Switch games will be on the, will be playable on the Nintendo Switch 2. This is kind of the bare minimum because the 3DS also had this. So the fact that, the Switch didn't have it was, you know, like, kind of disappointing. The Wii U also had this. The Wii U also, I think, technically had the ability to play GameCube games, but I don't think it can. Certain Nintendo Switch games. So about this part, with the asterisks, Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with this Nintendo Switch 2. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date. So what I'm assuming this is because I don't think that the Switch 2 is going to have like sensors and stuff like that, or the same ones that the Nintendo Switch had. So what I'm hoping this means, I'm hoping this is a situation like where the only games that aren't compatible are ones that had like sensor support, ring fit support, stuff like that. You know, those kinds of games, like the boxing game, Mm. Oh my god, pardon me. Like the boxing games and stuff like that. Nice voice crack. Oh my god. So I'm assuming that those are the only ones that aren't going to be compatible. Hopefully it's not a situation with kind of like the Xboxes where the backwards compatibility is so limited that you have like no games that are backwards compatible. It says it's technically like the PS3. It's technically backwards compatible with the PS2, but only certain models of the PlayStation 3, and it's a very select games from what I know. And that'd be very disappointing. So hopefully Nintendo doesn't go that route. Hopefully we can just like slot in Nintendo or slot in Fire Emblem Engage into my Switch 2, and I'll be able to play it. That's really exciting. I am looking forward to that. Um, Other than that, hopefully hopefully it's not a, we just don't have this game. Sorry, and there's no reasonable explanation. Like, I can't play Fire Emblem Engage on my Nintendo Switch 2. Like, hopefully there's a reason, right? And it's not just, yeah, you can't play that. And then our next Nintendo Direct, or Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, I suppose, is April 2nd, 2025. And it is currently January. So we have to wait 3 months, I think. Which isn't terrible. Actually, no, that is pretty bad. We've been waiting for a really long time. Um, we kind of need this information like soon. I know that they need time to work out and polish things and stuff like that, but come on, man. We need it. We need it. We need it. We've had the Nintendo Switch for years. So we kind of need this now. Um and it's kind of disappointing that we have to wait so long, but it is what it is. Thank you, Nintendo. Very cool. I will say I really I like the design of the console. I like the design of the Switch too, more than I like the Switch. I like the all black look with the trimmings of red and blue. I actually don't know if that's like a red, but it's more like a soft pastel red, I guess. But like it looks better. I like the look of it better. One of my things, right? One of my hopes is that the Switch Lite is also like they make a Switch 2 Lite because I really love my Switch Lite. It's so cute. It's so small and the colors and stuff are so vibrant. They're adorable. I love the Switch Lites. And I'm hoping that because I know that the Switch Lite was also kind of like a shadow release, a shadow drop. I'm hoping that the Nintendo Switch 2 also has a light variant and that it, gets released sometime or another. Maybe 2026. I'm hoping. And just remember that if oh, hello. Hello. And just remember that if you can't afford the Nintendo 2 Switch or oh wow. I guess I'm fumbling things. If you can't afford the Nintendo Switch 2 right now, that's perfectly fine because it doesn't look like we're going to be getting anything too like crazy. I mean, but this is just from what we've seen so far, just like, the basic stuff. Let me move the chat box because it's on my head. Chat is on my head. No, I moved my model. No, chat. I need to move chat. There we go. You can sit on my chest. There you go. Because it's funny. But yeah, oh my god, I'm so excited. Well, actually, I can't say I'm excited because the series that I like has not had a major release in so long. Let me hide the browser really quick. And put the background up. There we go. I'm a huge fan of Style Savvy, and we haven't had a proper Style Savvy game in like years. And I know that Fashion Dreamer released, but I wouldn't really consider that Style Savvy. It has some of the same like assets and stuff, but it's just not the same. It feels like a glorified dress-up game. It's like, it's Instagram simulator. That's the best way I could put it. It's like Instagram simulator. It's not really Style Savvy, because Style Savvy has like kind of like RPG elements built into it, and it's like that's just an entirely different game. So I mean, I'm just kind of hoping that someday we'll get another Style Savvy game, like a proper Style Savvy game. But you know, Nintendo's more obscure series don't tend to get attention like that, and that's unfortunate. I'm crying. I'm so sad. No Nintendo Switch. Or no Switch 2 Style Savvy. Someone call me when Nintendo announces Style Savvy 2. Or no, actually not Style Savvy 2. Style Savvy 6. I don't remember which one we're on. My 3D model is refusing to move. Where are you going? Oh, there you are. Okay. Hello, cat. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not showing up. Automod might be detecting something you're saying as potentially offensive. I don't know why that would be the case, because I had to implement Automod, unfortunately. Someone came in stream the other day and said a bunch of slurs, and I couldn't catch them because I was playing Pokemon, and I just kind of had to unlist that entire VOD, and it was unfortunate. So I have to add it, because I don't have mods yet, right? Like I can't, like, unless someone wants to volunteer to be a mod or something, and we talk about it for a while or something. I can't really get mods because I'm not big enough for that. Like, my channel is like 76 subscribers. I don't have, like, you know, have a following for an actual mod. So I'm sorry if AutoMod is detecting anything you're saying is offensive. I don't know why that would be the case though, because we're just trying to talk about Joy-Cons. But let me open Streamlabs and see if there's something I can fix that would possibly remedy this situation. Yes, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, actually, maybe I won't draw right now. I should hop on Microsoft Paint really quick and draw something. But what? Some Nintendo characters are a bit much for me to draw, like Bowser. I gotta do something really quick. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure why. I don't know why I would be doing that, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. So I'm going to open Microsoft Paint really quick. No, well, actually, no, I shouldn't open Microsoft Paint. I should go back to the browser, because there's still Nintendo Switch 2 stuff to look at. Browser, there we go. Releasing in 2025. Yeah, we've seen this in the trailer. Is there anything else to dissect here? Yes, ish. There is going to be a Nintendo 2 Switch experience. And these dates, these are all after the Nintendo Direct, it looks like. Doesn't look like there's too much here to dissect. One more. Yeah, doesn't look like there's too much here to dissect. Nintendo is very, sparse about their details and stuff right now. But that's unfortunate. I did see some of the actually, you know, I can't do this on stream or anything. I was thinking with the leaks. I actually shouldn't talk about them. It's kind of taboo and bad, so I'm not gonna talk about them. But this is exciting news. We finally have some information. Man, this is so awesome. I'm really excited. Not for Mario Kart because, you know, it's Mario Kart. But everything else. Like, what about Mario Odyssey 2? That'd be awesome. I haven't actually played the first Mario Odyssey, I'm not gonna lie. I've heard the game is very good though. I'm going to show the browser here in a minute. Because, since there's not too much to talk about that isn't, infringement, and, I don't want to cover any kind of leaks or anything, because that's kind of bad. We're going to be watching some shorts related to Pokemon, because Legend ZA is going to release soon. Maybe August. That's not too soon, but you know, it's something. Actually, I can't really do that. That would be wrong for me to just outright show someone else's content without asking them. So, I've decided against that. Well, while we're here, I'm going to share some of the wants that I want for the Nintendo Switch 2. I want another Fire Emblem. A Fire Emblem that's more in line with like classic Fire Emblem, where there's less focus on dating sim elements. Move back to, like, you know, my units go onto the battlefield and fight. Don't you know, don't give me more tea parties, stuff like that. I don't need that. I don't want that. Less of that is good. More, you know, strategic stuff, that is good. I'd also like to see more spin-off titles for games, like Zelda spin-off or something like that. That'd be cool. We used to get those. We don't really get those that much anymore. We just kind of don't get spin-off titles for a series that much anymore, unless it's like Mario, you know. Is the last time we got a Pokemon spin-off game? I think it was new Pokemon Snap. And that's unfortunate, because that game was good. New Pokemon Snap is good, but, you know, some of the best Pokemon spin-off games, or some of the best games are Pokemon spin-off games. Like Pokemon Ranger. Pokemon Ranger is amazing. I love Pokemon Ranger so much. As well as Pokemon Conquest. When are we getting another Pokemon Conquest? That's never gonna happen, but it would be so cool if it did happen, you know? I want another Pokemon Conquest. I feel like Nintendo has been very samey lately. Like, they haven't really branched out. Nintendo is known for being insanely creative, unique, and having super inventive ideas, you know? Pretty out there ideas. And that's one of the reasons why the Switch sold so well, you know? Because it was unlike anything we had at the time, really. That's kind of why I was hoping for it, you know? something new and creative, you know, something distinct and different. I haven't really played Splatoon 2, but I played Splatoon 1 pretty extensively, and the reason why I liked it so much was because this is something we didn't really have anywhere else. It was like Call of Duty, but cute. It's like Call of Duty, but not Call of Duty. Such a contradicting statement, but it's a shooter game for kids, essentially. And at the time, you know, we just didn't really have anything like it. That's why I'm saying I think Nintendo should focus more into doing something creative, new, and different. Because that's what their specialty, you know? Wasn't Nintendo's slogan at some point that they want to create whole new innovative experiences or something like that? I don't remember exactly how they said it. But they want to create, you know, completely brand new experiences that are unique and colorful and creative and stuff. And I think that's the big reason why I like Nintendo so much, is because they usually do bring out these like super creative games and stuff, you know? But lately, things have been kind of feeling like they're kind of scared. Like they're kind of scared to, you know, go out of their shell a little bit. I haven't really seen a game recently from Nintendo that's been stand out, you know? It hasn't been like, whoa, here's this thing, it's in your face. They haven't really done anything like that recently. Or they haven't really done like a, ooh, this thing is entirely different than anything you've ever seen before. They haven't really done that lately. They've kind of been playing it safe and releasing like things that are kind of the same. And it's not to say that those games are bad in any way, but they're definitely not, how do I say it? They don't have the same soul, I guess? They're not very soulful, you know? They don't elicit the same amount of joy in my brain, you know? Like, I can't speak for Mario Odyssey because I haven't played it yet, but I've seen a lot of like screenshots. I've listened to the soundtrack. The soundtrack's really good. I love the music. But a lot of the newer games, like Mario Wonder, I've seen like the entire gameplay of it, played a little bit of it. It's fun, that's for sure. But a lot of the, I want to say, mechanics and stuff in it do not actually feel whimsical and joyful. And that's one of the things that they tried to market Mario Wonder as specifically, is it's whimsical, it's joyful. Look at this Mario elephant. He's so funny looking. And he is funny looking, that's true. But something about it just felt, I don't know, not so joyful. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe, you know, maybe I'm just a boomer. Maybe I'm just a boomer who thinks, oh, all new things bad, and I waggle my finger at it. Ooh, new thing bad. I do just feel like a lot of these older games had a lot more, you know, whimsy and joy, and there wasn't so much. I mean, obviously they were aiming to make money, but that much is obvious. But it kind of feels like I couldn't tell, you know, especially with games like, even though I know that Mario Sunshine is like bad to a lot of people, I know that, but the Mario Sunshine, when the GameCube first released and stuff, Mario Sunshine was like, it was cool, you know, it was unique and it was interesting, even if a lot of the mechanics and stuff weren't exactly good. They were, you know, unique. They were interesting. It was the vibrant, and not like a fake kind of corporate version of vibrant, but it was actually vibrant, you know? They were... I like Mario Sunshine so much, specifically because it's not just another Mario game where Mario saves Princess Peach, who was kidnapped by Bowser. he does kidnap Peach, and Mario does save Peach when she was kidnapped by Bowser. But the thing is, right, is that the everything about the game leading up to that point was so cool. And it's so unique, like, oh, Bowser Jr. is here, and he is destroying things, like he's painting all over things with this mysterious goop. Mario gets thrown in prison because the Peanuts think that he's a criminal because of Shadow Mario or Bowser Jr. And it's like, wow, that's cool. That's something we hadn't really ever seen before. And now also, I'm not saying that I'm not saying these games are good, but I am saying that it feels like, especially with like Mario Wonder and kind of like, I guess, Mario 3D Land to some extent, but less so. They're kind of scared, they're kind of scared to do something different. It feels like they're trying to market that they're doing something different, but they aren't actually doing something different. It feels like a hollow shell of something. That's kind of how it feels to me. That's how like Mario Wonder feels to me. It's like this thing is technically different, but it's kind of not, in a way. Now, of course, this isn't gonna bother most people. I just kind of grew up with games, games were like my escape from the very harsh reality I had. So I know a lot of these games that I'm referencing inside and out. So it's like I can tell when something's different, I can tell. And a lot of games nowadays feel a lot different than they used to. And I don't mean that to be like demeaning, because they're not bad, but they are very different and they just don't feel the same. I know this is a generational thing, because my parents' parents would say the same thing. They'd be like, oh, kids these days, these video games just weren't like, oh, the same as my video games and stuff like that. Well, my parents' didn't really have video games, but you know what I mean. I know it's a generational thing, and every new generation is going to be like, oh, at least my generation had this better, and your generation is bad and soulless. I know that's going to be a thing for a while, but I just can't help but shake the feeling that we need something, unique. We need to splash in the market. A lot of like businesses and stuff are becoming very uniform. They're becoming very samey, becoming very stale. And, I wish it wasn't like that. I really do. I want it to be different. I want Nintendo to do better. Nintendo, do better. Yeah. Thanks for listening to a dumb boomer talk. Nintendo is capable of great things. The reason why I do this criticism is because Nintendo is capable of amazing things. They make amazing games, and I know that they can do better, which is why I want them to do better. They can do better. Do better, yeah. It's really unfortunate. It's kind of depressing, but the Switch 2, exciting, kind of grim, not gonna lie. Not because I personally feel kind of grim about it, but because we have so little to work on right now, and we've been waiting so long for this information. It's kind of like, man, internalized disappointment, you don't want to get too hyped up. You also don't want to be too disappointed, because then you're going to be a doomer. But I also don't want to like set myself up for being breadcrumbed by Nintendo, because I don't want to be a blind Nintendo supporter, because Nintendo does very shady things, like, and you could say, oh, they're just protecting their IP and stuff like that. Yeah, I guess that's true, but I don't think that Nintendo's brand IP is going to be harmed in any way if a kid makes a fan game of Mario, right? I don't think Pokemon's reputation will be harmed in any way if I make a fan hack that's like my own unique ideas and super awesome features and stuff like that. I don't think Nintendo's brand will be hurt by these things in any way. If anything, they hurt their own brand by being so relentless and being at people's necks and stuff like that, you know? I feel like it hurts them in the end more than it helps, you know? They're shooting themselves in the foot out of stubbornness type of thing. And again, I don't say that out of a place of malice. I say that out of a place of this Nintendo as a whole is really near and dear to me. Like, near and dear to me. Like you know, like an old friend that, you know, has had a hard time. That kind of feeling. Nintendo is very close to me because it was a majority of my life, I want to say. Because even as I grew older and I, you know, got a job and I started working and I would come home, I would de-stress, drink some water, go to bed, lay in bed, play some, like, just trying to think of a random game, play some Mario Brothers Super Saga, or Superstar Saga, and on my DS, and it's like, yeah, this is life. And so Nintendo was a large part of my childhood, and all of my criticisms come from a place of loving Nintendo. So I don't want to come off as I'm just blindly bashing Nintendo when I'm saying that every single game that they're going to make afterwards is bad. Because I'm not. It's not true. I don't hate Nintendo. Nintendo does good things. Nintendo is capable of doing great things. They always have been. So I want them to be better, you know? I just want things to be good. And I think the Nintendo Switch looks good. The console itself is stylish, sleek, and it looks good. I like the way it looks better than the Nintendo Switch, I'm not gonna lie. But I've said that before. I'm trying so hard to think of things to say because Nintendo doesn't really give us much to talk about. They just kind of were like, console, it swooshes, new Joy-Cons, they swooshy swashy. That's it. Like in the trailer itself, like you could see the stand. It went shwoom, it flew into the air, and it was like the most exciting thing. I mean, I know it's a teaser trailer, right? So obviously they're not gonna like, oh, it has the performance capabilities of like a PlayStation 4. I know they're not gonna say stuff like that in a teaser, but you know, just how long we've been waiting, I would hope that, you know, they would give us something more. Give us something. But Nintendo really said, I'm gonna give you nothing and you're gonna like it. And everyone loved it. Everyone loved that Nintendo gave us nothing. It was kind of like okay, we know that you've seen these leaks. We're just gonna give it to you. So they did. Man. Man, I just don't know how to feel. On one hand, I'm excited because this means that there's going to be more Nintendo games. Yay, I love Nintendo games. But on the other hand, I can't help but feel a little disappointed. You know? Being a Nintendo fan sure is tough, huh? And I say that because the outlook for Sony's not that much better. Like, Sony hasn't really done anything too crazy lately. I think the last interesting thing that they released that I was interested in was specifically for the PlayStation. Was Stellar Blade. I like Stellar Blade the way it looks. It looks cool. The designs are awesome, and it looks fun. And Eve is gorgeous. I can't wait to eventually play the game. Eve is gorgeous. If they release it to PC anytime soon, I will definitely play it here. Definitely. You'll see me die like 50 times, but it'll be worth it. But other than that, Sony hasn't really been doing anything outstanding lately. In fact, they've been doing just as poorly, I think. Sony released the PlayStation Pro, and the specs were really disappointing. Not only was the PlayStation Pro like not too technically different from the PlayStation 5, it's also way more expensive. The product itself is disappointing. Like, there's no disk drive, and in order to get a disk drive, you have to pay for the separate disk drive. And it's like, yeah, that's disappointing. Gaming has just kind of been in a weird place lately, I feel like. As an older person, I'm not too old, but as an older person, I kind of feel like gaming's been in an awkward spot recently. There's just far too much commercialization, you know? There's too much sterileness. It's too sterile, too sterilized. Like, I don't think a game should be released and then it should fix things with DLC. I think the game should just outright at the box be playable. No day one patches, no day two patches, and stuff like that, you know? I feel like that should be, you know, like the bare minimum, you know? It should be the bare minimum. And it sucks that we can't really have that. I also hope that the Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch 2 don't have the same problem that the Joy-Cons for the Switch 1 had. You know, drift is a pretty big issue. And even though Nintendo tried to not make it a big issue, it was a big issue. And still is. Or rather, it's not that big of an issue anymore, but that's just because people just aren't playing their Switches that much anymore. Like, I remember a while ago when the Switch was new, because I got my Switch Lite. Or I had a Switch, and then I had to get it, I had to sell it, and then I get a Switch Lite later. There was like, I would find 10 people on my friends list playing. And nowadays, it's 1 or 2 at most. Which tells you that the Switch is just kind of in a stasis, you know? It's kind of at a standstill, and we need something new. I mean, other than what I've already said, I can't really say much more. Because then that goes into leaks territory and stuff, and I don't know much about leaks, and I also don't want to talk about leaks. Like, publicly. That's just waiting for Nintendo to take their hand and slap me with their Mario glove. I mean that all in good humor, by the way. I love Nintendo. I love Nintendo so much, and I want them to do better. I want them to do so much better. Sigh. Disappointed. But also kind of hopeful. I don't know, it's a very hard... I'm feeling such mixed emotions, you know? It's hard to describe how I feel right now. I was kind of excited when I started this stream up, but now I'm just kind of like going through emotions. I'm going through this, I'm going through the 5 stages of grief. It was nice chatting with everyone. Thank you all so much. I see quite a few people show up. Thank you for showing up. It was very nice chatting with you all. I think unless I get a copyright strike or anything like that, I'm going to leave this mod up. So you guys can come back and then see things again. But that out of the way, thank you all for chatting with me. It was nice to see some reoccurring faces. It's always lovely to speak with you all. And I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for sharing.